Welcome to the video that could change your life forever. No, this is not just another motivational video. This is not just advice. This is not something to watch once and forget. This is a wake-up call, a reminder, a roadmap. This video is about one thing: becoming the best version of yourself. No matter where you are, no matter how broken you feel, no matter how many times you've failed. So if you feel lost, if you feel like you're stuck in the same cycle, if you're tired of being the same person year after year, if you're watching this alone in silence with a heavy heart, then this video was made for you. We all say we want to change. We all say we want to grow, to succeed, to rise. But let me ask you something. Why are you still pleasing people who don't respect you? Why are you still scared to take a risk? Why are you still acting like you have forever to chase your dreams? You say, one day I'll change. No, one day doesn't exist. There is no right time. There is only now. And if you don't change now, you won't change later. You'll only become better at lying to yourself. That's the truth. Becoming your best version doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens in daily choices, in brutal self-reflection, in sacrifices, in discipline, in tears, in late nights when nobody is watching, but you still keep going. This video will take you through 12 brutal rules. Not soft, sugar-coated tips, but real powerful truths that can shake your soul, wake you up, and give you the fire you need to transform. Because the best version of you is not far away. It's buried under comfort. It's trapped beneath fear. It's waiting behind your excuses. And today we start digging. This is not a game. This is your life. And it's slipping away minute by minute while you wait to feel ready. So stop. Watch this video till the end. Write down every rule, feel every word, and use it as fuel. You don't need another book. You don't need another video. You need this one decision. I will not die the same person I am today. This video doesn't just change your mindset. It improves your English too. You're listening to real emotion in simple, powerful English. You're learning how to think, feel, and speak better, without even trying. Watch it again, and every time you grow stronger and more fluent. If you're ready for that, let's begin. Rule 1. Be fearless or you'll be average forever. Let's be honest, fear controls your life more than you admit. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of judgment, fear of starting something new, fear of not being good enough. And you think this fear is protecting you. You think if you avoid the hard things, the scary things, the uncertain things, you'll stay safe. But here's the brutal truth. Fear is not protecting you. It's paralyzing you. Fear is not saving you. It's slowly killing your potential. Fear is not your friend. It's the silent thief stealing your dreams in the dark. You were not born to be average, but fear makes you choose average every day and call it being realistic. There's a version of you deep inside, who is bold, who is wild, who doesn't care what others think, who takes risks, who speaks up, who chases what they love. But that version of you is being suffocated by fear. And every time you avoid the thing you're scared of, that best version dies a little more. Let me tell you a real story. There was a young girl, quiet, shy, always sitting at the back of the class. She had a gift. She could write the most beautiful stories, the kind that could make you cry, the kind that could change lives. But she never shared them. Why? Because she was afraid. Afraid of being laughed at, afraid of being misunderstood, afraid that maybe she just wasn't good enough. So she stayed invisible. Years passed. She watched others shine. She watched people with half her talents succeed simply because they weren't afraid to be seen. And one day, sitting alone in her room, she asked herself, what if I die with this gift still inside me? That question changed everything. She started small, posted one story online, then another, then another. She was terrified, but she did it anyway. People noticed, publishers noticed, readers cried. And that quiet girl who once lived in fear became the author of 4 best-selling novels. All because she stopped waiting for fear to disappear and started walking through it. Fear doesn't leave before you act. It leaves after you act. You don't need to be fearless to begin. You need to begin to become fearless. Every person you admire, they felt fear. They just didn't let it stop them. The business idea you keep hiding, the love you never confessed, the job you never applied for, the video you never uploaded, the language you never spoke, the dream you never chased. Fear is robbing you quietly, daily, painfully, and the worst part, you let it. What to do now? List everything you're afraid of. Write it down. Don't lie to yourself anymore. Do one thing every day that scares you. Speak, share, start, ask, publish, try. Celebrate the fear. If your heart is racing, you're growing. If your stomach is tight, you're becoming. Visualize the worst-case scenario, and do it anyway. 99% of your fears are lies. They're just noise. If you don't face your fears, you will live a life full of what-ifs. If you don't act now, you will stay average forever. You are capable of more, but capability is useless without courage. So stand up, speak up, move, risk, fail, fall, rise. Be fearless, or stay forgotten. Rule 2. You're never ready. Start before you feel confident. Most people think the reason they haven't changed their life is because they're not ready yet. They keep waiting for the right time, waiting for more money, waiting for the perfect plan, waiting until they feel confident. But here's the truth nobody told you. You will never feel ready. Confidence does not come before action. It comes after action. The best version of you is not waiting for the perfect moment. It is waiting for a decision. When you say, "I'm not ready yet," what you're really saying is, "I'm scared of starting." And you disguise that fear as preparation. You convince yourself you're being smart by waiting. But deep down, it's not intelligence. It's hesitation. Waiting for the right time is like waiting for the ocean to be still before you swim. It never happens. Life is never still. It will always be messy. It will always be inconvenient. There will always be something missing. If you keep waiting for perfect conditions, you will live your entire life on the sidelines watching others play. Look closely at anyone you admire. Entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, leaders, even ordinary people who transformed their lives. They all have one thing in common. They started before they felt ready. They wrote the first chapter before they knew how to write a whole book. They started their business before they had enough money. They went to the gym before they felt fit. They spoke in public while still shaking. They didn't wait for confidence. They created confidence by acting. There was a young man working in a small shop. He had an idea for a mobile app. Every evening he would scribble designs in a notebook, telling himself, "One day when I have more money, more skills, and a better laptop, then I'll start." Months passed. Years passed. His notebook filled with drawings. He watched other people launch apps, some worse than his, but they were in the market, making money, making mistakes, learning, improving. He kept telling himself, "I'm not ready yet." One night, his friend asked him a question that changed his life. "Do you know what's worse than failing? Watching someone else succeed with your idea because you were too scared to start." He didn't sleep that night. He woke up early, borrowed a friend's old computer, and built the first version of his app. It was ugly. It was slow. It had bugs. But it was real. Within months, he had his first 500 users, then 5,000, then investors. Today, that app is used in 70 countries. He still isn't perfect, but he's free, because he stopped waiting for readiness and started building his future. Psychologists call this the confidence-competence loop. You act first. You gain a little skill. That skill gives you a little confidence. That confidence gives you the courage to act bigger. You gain more skill, more confidence, and the loop grows. You cannot think yourself into confidence. You must act yourself into it. Every day you wait, you're training your brain to delay. You're teaching yourself to tolerate a life you don't want. You're letting your dreams die slowly. The book you didn't write, the language you didn't learn, the person you didn't talk to, the business you didn't start, the body you didn't build, all because you said, "I'm not ready yet." So what should you do now? Accept that you'll never feel ready. Stop waiting for courage. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Say this out loud. I will never feel ready. And that's okay. Take the smallest action today. Don't try to do everything at once. Do one small, real thing now. If you want to write a book, write one paragraph today. If you want to learn English, speak one sentence today. If you want to get fit, do 5 push-ups today. If you want to start a business, create a free social media page today. Use imperfection as your teacher. Your first try will be bad. Good. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. Every master was once a beginner who started before they felt ready. Measure progress, not readiness. Don't ask, "Am I ready?" Ask, "What small progress did I make today?" Progress creates motivation. Motivation creates momentum. Start now. Get ready as you go. Confidence is a result, not a requirement. You cannot learn to swim by standing on the shore. Action cures fear. Waiting feeds fear. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. 2 versions exist. One version still waiting, still preparing, still telling the same story about why you're not ready. Another version, bruised, tired, but alive, growing, building, speaking, learning, failing forward, becoming. Which one do you want to be? This is not about speed. It's about courage. It's about taking the first step with shaking hands. It's about showing up without a script. It's about risking embarrassment today to build freedom tomorrow. You will never have a day where you wake up and say, "I feel completely ready now." But you can wake up today and say, "I'm starting anyway." That is the moment your life begins. Remember this, if you wait until you feel ready, you'll spend your whole life waiting. If you start before you feel ready, you'll spend your whole life growing. That's the difference between the average version of you and the best version of you. Be greedy for growth. Be greedy for knowledge. Be greedy for your future. Let's destroy a lie that's been forced into your mind. Greed is bad. No, the wrong kind of greed is bad. Greed for status, greed for money at the cost of your values, greed that steals from others. But there is another kind of greed. The kind that saves you. The greed to grow. The greed to learn more. The greed to become more. The best version of you is not humble in the wrong places. It doesn't settle. It doesn't say, "This is enough." It wants more books, more skills, more exposure, more knowledge, more challenges, more improvement, more edge. It wants to go beyond good. It wants greatness. Look around at the world. The forest doesn't stop growing after one season. The river doesn't say, "I've flowed enough." The sun doesn't say, "I've shined enough times today." Nature is greedy for growth. It expands. It stretches. It pushes. It climbs. And so must you. When you stop wanting more, you start becoming less. Comfort is not peace. Comfort is a trap. People say, "I should be content," but contentment is not the same as surrender. You can be grateful for what you have and still hungry for what you can become. Think of 2 things. A rock and a tree. A rock stays the same for 50 years. It doesn't change. It doesn't move. It doesn't adapt. It doesn't evolve. A tree, on the other hand, is always growing. Even when it's not visible, its roots are spreading deeper. Its branches reach higher. It grows leaves, sheds them, grows them again. It adjusts to the sun, bends in storms, finds water, survives winters. That's the difference between someone who is greedy to grow and someone who is stuck in stillness. Which one do you want to be? The rock that looks solid but never moves, or the tree that grows taller, stronger, deeper every year? There are 7 areas where you should be greedy without guilt. Knowledge, skills, mindset, environment, time, health, and discipline. Read more. Learn more. Ask better questions. Build things. Break them. Rebuild. Challenge your old thinking. Find people who push you. Stop wasting hours on nothing. Strengthen your body. Raise your standards. You're not here just to exist. You're here to expand. The world moves fast, and if you're not learning, growing, adapting, you're becoming replaceable. Greed for growth is how you stay relevant. It's how you become dangerous in the best way. It's how you walk into any room and know your value. You are not too much. You are too rare. Don't shrink for people who are satisfied with average. Be greedy for your future, because no one else will be. Do not compromise, especially with your dreams. Let's speak the most painful truth out loud. Most people don't lose their dreams. They give them away piece by piece in tiny compromises. At first, it looks small. I'll skip one day. Maybe I'll do it next year. It's okay. I can survive without it. Then months pass, years pass, and the dream doesn't die suddenly. It dies slowly, because you compromised with it too many times. You told it wait. You told it later. You told it I can't right now. Until one day, the dream stops knocking. In life, some compromises are necessary. You compromise in relationships to build harmony. You compromise at work to solve problems as a team. You compromise with small things to protect big things. But there is one place where compromise is betrayal. When you compromise with your highest self. When you compromise with your vision, your purpose, your inner voice, you're not being kind. You're being silent. You're being weak. And silence kills more dreams than criticism ever will. Imagine a small flame burning in the middle of an open space. It wants to grow. It wants to become fire. It wants to spread heat, light, energy. But every time the wind blows, instead of fighting to stay alive, it bends. It flickers. It apologizes for being there. It says, "Sorry, I didn't mean to burn so bright." Until the wind blows harder and the flame dies. Now imagine another flame, the one that refuses to go out. It fights back. It guards itself. It rises against the wind. And that flame becomes fire. That's what happens when you stop compromising. The world will blow winds at you. Stress, opinions, rejection, failure, tiredness. If you don't protect your fire, it will go out and nobody will even notice. The most common compromises people make. Choosing comfort over growth, temporary pleasure over long-term reward, saying yes to things that kill their energy, allowing toxic people to stay, lowering their standards to fit in, delaying their calling for the sake of security. Every small compromise looks harmless, but when you add them together, they equal a wasted life. How do you protect your dreams without compromise? Write your non-negotiables. These are actions you do every day, no excuses. Reading, learning, creating, training, practicing. Guard your environment. If someone mocks your dream, walk away. Don't explain. Don't defend. Just protect. Say no without guilt. Every no you say to distraction is a yes to your destiny. Respect your dream like it's a living thing. Treat your goal like a baby. Feed it daily. Protect it fiercely. Don't hand it to just anyone. If you keep compromising, you won't feel proud, even if life is okay. You'll always feel something missing. You'll feel tired without knowing why. You'll start becoming someone you don't even recognize. Because your dream doesn't go away. It just gets buried. Buried under laziness, buried under fake smiles, buried under 1,000 excuses that whisper, "It's not the right time." You are not meant to live a small, apologetic life. You are not here to fit into places that don't see your value. You are not born to live someone else's dream. So stop compromising. Stop settling. Stop pretending. Stand up for your vision. Guard it like your life depends on it, because it does. The person you were meant to become is waiting on the other side of your excuses. Stop giving your dream away and start giving it your life. Fail. Fail again. Fail bigger. Rise louder. Let's kill another dangerous lie that society has taught you. That failure is something to avoid. No. Failure is something to walk into again and again with your head held high. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the ingredient of success. It is the training ground. It is the unpaid teacher that teaches you what no school, no mentor, no course ever can. You cannot learn how to balance if you don't fall. You cannot build strength without breaking muscle. You cannot learn strategy without losing battles. You cannot discover your true power until you're flat on the floor asking yourself, do I rise again, or do I stay broken? Every successful journey must pass through failure. Not once, not twice, but many times. If you haven't failed deeply, painfully, embarrassingly, you haven't even started yet. Imagine you're shaping a clay pot. You mold it. You dry it. You heat it. The first time it cracks. You try again. A new shape. Better balance. Still, it cracks again. You repeat this 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. And each time, it cracks in a different way. Now you have 2 choices. You can quit and say, maybe I'm not meant to do this. Or you can look at every crack, every weakness, every failure and use it to make the next pot stronger. By the 21st time, your hands know the pressure. Your fingers know the curve. Your eyes know what to avoid. And this time, no cracks. The final pot is not perfect in spite of the failures. It is perfect because of them. This is how success is made. Cracks, adjustments, rebuilds, pain, repetition, then beauty. Most people never get there because they believe failure is final. They fail once and say, this is not for me. I'm not good enough. It's too hard. Others are better. But failure is not a wall. It's a mirror. It shows you what's weak. It reveals what's missing. It exposes your lies. And then it gives you a choice. Face it, fix it, or quit. Most people quit. But the best version of you studies the failure. They write notes inside the pain. They come back with blood on their hands and fire in their eyes. And they rise, not quietly, but louder than ever before. If you never fail, you stay soft. You stay scared. You stay untested. You stay small. You stay someone who talks about dreams but never lives them. Failure is the gym of the soul. And if you avoid the weight, you'll stay weak forever. You cannot skip failure. You cannot fake your way around it. You must walk through it, fall in it, break inside it, and then climb out. So fail. Fail again. Fail bigger. And rise louder. So loud that even your old self gets scared of what you've become. Take insane risks while you still can. There is something more dangerous than fear, more painful than failure, more poisonous than rejection. It's regret. And regret comes from the one thing you're doing every day without realizing. Playing it safe. If you keep choosing what feels easy, comfortable, and predictable, you may not feel pain today. But years from now, you will feel something worse. What if I had spoken up? What if I had tried? What if I had taken the shot? What if I had believed in myself? That voice will not be loud. It will be silent. It will whisper in the middle of the night. It will follow you through success. It will sit next to you at celebrations. Haunt your peace. and that voice is regret. Imagine there's a bridge that leads to a new land full of possibility. On the other side are fresh opportunities, new challenges, unseen lessons, and unlocked growth. But the bridge is shaky. It creaks. It looks unstable. It doesn't guarantee what's on the other side. So you stay. You walk up to the bridge every morning. You look across. You imagine. You talk about it. You tell others, one day I'll cross it. But you never do. Years pass, and one day the bridge disappears. You realize you never walked across because you were too focused on what might go wrong. And now you'll never know what could have gone right. That's what happens when you don't take risks. You miss the version of yourself that never got the chance to exist. Risk means losing something now. But the cost of not risking is losing your entire future. Here's the truth. Playing it safe is comfortable now but painful later. Taking a risk is painful now but powerful forever. You cannot be both comfortable and legendary. You must choose. Take emotional risks. Say what you feel, be honest, let go of people who drain you. Take mental risks. Learn something you're bad at, read what you don't yet understand. Take time risks. Spend hours building something with no guarantee of reward. Take reputation risks. Look like a fool, post your work, speak publicly. Take identity risks. Become someone your old circle no longer understands. Every big transformation demands one thing: let go of who you are to become who you must be. If you keep avoiding risk, you will feel safe, but you won't feel alive. Risk is the electricity of growth. It shocks your system awake. It burns down the old. It clears space for the new. You will not get your dream life by standing in your dream corner. You must walk the bridge, even if it shakes. So take the risk. Say the truth. Start the project. End the wrong thing. Begin the right one. Move into the unknown. Break the pattern. Burn the excuses. Because this version of you is temporary. But the version you could become is waiting on the other side of risk. Don't please everyone, or you'll lose yourself. One of the most dangerous habits in this world is not drugs, not alcohol, not procrastination, not laziness. It's people-pleasing. The habit of constantly needing others to like you, to agree with you, to approve your decisions, to smile at your sacrifice, to clap for your silence. People-pleasing looks like kindness, but it's slow self-destruction. You begin by trying to make people happy. You end by becoming someone you don't even recognize. You say yes when you mean no. You hide your truth to protect their comfort. You stay in rooms that drain you. You laugh at things that make you uncomfortable. You stay quiet in moments that require your roar. Each time you do this, you shrink. Not visibly, not dramatically, but silently, piece by piece. You lose your edge. You lose your voice. You lose your ability to stand strong in your own life. Imagine a wall in the center of a busy street. Every time someone walks by, the wall changes color. Blue for one person, red for another, green for the next, transparent for the loudest. It keeps shifting, trying to make everyone comfortable. But after years of doing this, the wall forgets its original color. One day someone asks, "What color are you really?" And the wall doesn't know, because it spent so long trying to fit every situation that it lost its identity. That's what happens when you try to please everyone. You become nothing specific. You become invisible. You disappear inside performance. The more you please others, the more they expect it. And the moment you stop, they say, "You've changed. You've become selfish. You're not who I thought you were." But no, you're not selfish. You're just finally alive. Signs you're losing yourself to people-pleasing: apologizing when you've done nothing wrong, avoiding saying what you really feel, doing things out of guilt instead of love, agreeing to things that exhaust your soul, feeling guilty when taking care of yourself, fearing confrontation more than dishonesty. You must break this pattern now. Your life is not a democracy. Your purpose is not up for a vote. You do not need to explain your boundaries. You do not need approval to grow. You do not need permission to protect your time, your energy, your voice, your future. The best version of you will not be accepted by everyone, because the best version of you will no longer serve everyone. How do you break free? Practice silence instead of apology. You don't have to explain everything. You don't have to soften your truth. You don't have to say sorry for growing. Say no without explanation. No is a full sentence. Use it to protect your future. Identify who actually values you, not just benefits from you. Not everyone who smiles at you is for you. Cut the energy that celebrates your obedience but fears your independence. Define yourself before the world does it for you. Write down what you believe, what you need, what you want, what you refuse to tolerate. Read it every day. Own it like oxygen. If you spend your life making everyone else happy, you will die with your own smile missing. Stop pleasing. Start becoming. And don't take yourself too seriously. Sometimes the thing blocking your growth is not fear, not failure, not other people. It's the false version of yourself you are trying so hard to protect. The perfect image, the polished performance, the illusion of always being in control. So you avoid anything that might make you look silly, awkward, confused, imperfect, beginner level, out of rhythm. But here's the truth. If you're not willing to look like a beginner, you'll never become a master. If you take yourself too seriously, you'll take your dreams too lightly. Imagine a giant fountain in the middle of a city plaza. Every morning it sprays water in perfect patterns. Choreographed, symmetrical, flawless. People admire it, take photos, call it beautiful. But one day, a child runs into the water and starts dancing, splashing, laughing, playing. The fountain becomes chaotic. Not perfect. Not photogenic. But for the first time, it feels alive. That's the shift that happens when you stop trying to appear perfect and start being real. Tight control kills growth. Growth comes from messy movement. The difference between pride and mastery is simple. Pride says, I already know. I don't want to look stupid. I'm afraid to mess up. Mastery says, let me try. I don't care if I fall. This is how I learn. The best in the world are not serious all the time. They play, they try, they experiment, they fail fast, and they laugh louder. The artist who makes ugly drawings just to practice. The speaker who stumbles during rehearsal but keeps going. The athlete who laughs at their own mistakes. The leader who says, I don't know. Let's figure it out. The English learner who speaks with broken grammar but full confidence. They grow because they don't carry the pressure of perfection. So how do you break the perfection prison? Do something silly every week. Try something you're bad at. Laugh at yourself. Let your ego bleed. Celebrate imperfect progress instead of hiding your flaws. Highlight your improvement. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Most of your fear is based on imaginary judgment. Remember this. The world is not watching you. People are too busy judging themselves to notice your mistakes. Take your goals seriously, but don't take yourself too seriously. Because when you loosen up, you open up. And when you open up, you grow faster, learn deeper, live lighter, and become unshakable. Surround yourself with fire, not smoke. If you want to change your life, you must accept one brutal truth. You cannot grow in a weak environment. No matter how strong you are or how big your dreams, if you surround yourself with the wrong people, you will shrink. Not because you aren't capable, but because you're breathing smoke when you need to be surrounded by fire. Fire means people who challenge your mind, call out your excuses, push you forward, hold you accountable, talk about ideas instead of gossip, celebrate your growth, and want you to win even when they're losing. Smoke means people who distract you, drain your energy, complain constantly, laugh at growth, gossip about others, sabotage your discipline, and disappear when you need them. Fire makes you brighter. Smoke makes you choke. Imagine a large, dark room filled with hundreds of candles. Each person is a candle. Some burn strong, tall, steady, powerful. Others flicker, barely alive, too weak to burn. Now imagine you are placed in this room as a new candle. Your flame is small but ready to grow. If you're near strong flames, their heat strengthens your wax, their fire encourages yours, and your small flame becomes bold, confident, alive. But if you're near weak candles, no heat, no energy, no protection, your flame flickers. You start to dim. You question your own light. You lose your warmth. That is the power of environment. Most people stay stuck for years because they stay loyal to the wrong circle. They say, "But I've known them forever. But they're not bad people. But I don't want to be alone. But what will they think if I leave?" And in trying not to offend others, they offend their own potential. Energy is contagious, invisible but powerful. Surround yourself with lazy people and you'll normalize laziness. Surround yourself with excuse makers and you'll make excuses too. Surround yourself with average thinkers and you'll stop dreaming big. But surround yourself with fire and you'll rise without even trying. You'll stop tolerating mediocrity. You'll see possibilities where others see problems. You'll feel dangerous, in the best way. So build your fire circle. Audit every voice around you. Think of the last 5 people you spoke to. Did they add energy or noise? Create a rule. No gossip, no negativity, no excuses. If someone keeps breaking that rule, distance yourself. Go where the fire is. Books, podcasts, communities, mentors, events, classes. Even online, you must find higher heat. And don't just take energy, be fire for others. Challenge, uplift, and support those who want to grow. The wrong room will gently kill your dreams. The right room will make your dreams inevitable. Choose fire, and become something no smoke can suffocate. Give back, but don't lose yourself. You want to help others. You want to give. You want to share your light, your love, your energy. That's beautiful. But if you're not careful, giving too much can destroy you. Here's the harsh truth. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't save others if you're drowning. You can't light the world if your own flame is dying. Giving is powerful, but self-sacrifice without balance is a trap. Imagine a deep well in a dry village. Every day, people come to fill their buckets. The well gives freely. It doesn't ask for anything. It keeps giving and giving until one day the water runs out. The villagers return, but the well is dry. They become angry. They say, "You've changed. You're supposed to help us. You're selfish." But the truth is, the well was never selfish. It was never refilled. You can't be the well for everyone else if no one, not even you, is refilling you. The world praises self-sacrifice. It tells you to be kind, be available, be helpful, be giving. But it forgets to teach you boundaries. It forgets to remind you that you matter too. It forgets to say that you can say no, that you don't owe everyone access to your soul. What does giving too much look like? You feel drained after conversations. You say yes when you're tired. You give more than you can afford. Emotionally, financially, mentally. You feel guilty for resting. You're always available but never appreciated. That's not giving. That's leaking. And leaks lead to burnout. Giving should look different. You give with intention, not guilt. You say no when needed, and yes with love, not fear. You refuel yourself first. You uplift others without disappearing in the process. You protect your time, instead of feeling resentful and used. So how do you give without losing yourself? Protect your core time. Create hours in the day that are only for you. No giving, no requests, just restoration. Live by this rule. Give from fullness, not emptiness. If your energy is low, delay giving. Refill first, then serve. Say this out loud. I deserve to rest without guilt. This one sentence can change your life. Repeat it every morning. Give strategically, not emotionally. Don't give based on pressure. Give based on purpose. A burnt-out star cannot light up the sky. A drowned swimmer cannot save others. A forgotten soul cannot lead others home. So give. Give boldly. Give consistently. But never give yourself away completely. You are not here to disappear while helping others glow. You are here to shine so bright that your very presence becomes a gift. Stay rooted, but don't stay stuck. There's a phrase the world loves to repeat: never forget where you came from. It sounds beautiful. It feels respectful. It carries humility. But there's a dangerous twist. If you focus too much on where you came from, you may never see where you're meant to go. You're told to remember your roots, but no one explains what to do when your roots are tangled in old mindsets, outdated beliefs, limiting traditions, generational pain, or environments built on fear. Your roots gave you life, but they are not your ceiling. They are your beginning, not your boundaries. In many villages, bamboo is used to build fences. Builders take young bamboo stalks and tie them with string, shaping them early, restricting their space, controlling their angle. Why? Because if bamboo grows freely, it becomes too tall, too strong, too wild, and impossible to contain. Now imagine a bamboo shoot that has the strength to break the string but doesn't. Because it has been tied for so long, it believes this is its limit. That's what happens when you let your roots become your cage. You confuse comfort with loyalty. You confuse tradition with truth. You confuse limitation with identity. And you stop growing. Your roots are your lessons. They give you history, discipline, culture, spirit, and language. But if you stay buried in them forever, you'll never reach the light. Growth demands risk. Evolution demands disobedience. Success demands separation. Not because you're better than your past, but because you're ready for more than your past could give you. Don't shrink your dreams to fit small rooms. Don't avoid success just to keep others comfortable. Don't silence your ambition out of guilt. That's not respect. It's emotional imprisonment. Thank your roots, but don't worship them. They helped you grow, and that's enough. Don't let small minds define your future. Just because they couldn't imagine it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Outgrow quietly. Return boldly. Leave to grow, come back to lift. You don't owe your past your silence. You owe it your strength. The tallest trees stay connected to the soil, but they reach beyond the forest into the sky, the storms, the sun, and the stars. Stay rooted but never stuck. Your future is taller than your past. Protect your focus. Ask yourself this: where is your focus right now? Not your time, not your money, not even your motivation, your focus. Because whatever controls your focus controls your future. Every second of your life, something is fighting for your attention. Notifications, ads, endless scrolling, meaningless updates, drama, comparison, distractions. Little by little, your focus gets scattered. Your energy dissolves. Your direction disappears. Dreams don't die because people are lazy. They die because people are distracted. Think of a lamp. Its light spreads everywhere. Soft, gentle, warming a room. Now think of a laser. The same light, but concentrated, precise, disciplined. That light can cut through steel. Not because it's stronger, but because it's focused. That's the power of an obsessed mind. That's what happens when scattered energy becomes precision fire. Too many people chase everything but commit to nothing. They start but don't finish. They're interested in success but not obsessed with it. Obsession is the real key. Obsession doesn't mean burnout. It means your dream lives in your blood. It breathes through your choices. It shapes your time. It interrupts your excuses. It becomes part of your identity. You don't try to be focused. You are someone who protects their time like gold. You make your environment scream your mission. You clear the clutter. You surround yourself with reminders of where you're going. Most people never achieve their dreams, not because they aren't smart or lucky, but because they never learned to focus. They became addicted to distraction. Their mind turned into a hallway of noise. Their dreams died quietly in the background. But you can choose differently. You get what you focus on. So focus not on what's easy, not on what others expect, not on what gets applause, but on the deep, burning dream inside you. Build your life around it. Let it consume your routine. Let it lead your decisions. Let it make your discipline stronger than your feelings. Because in the end, dreams don't live or die by talent or luck. They live or die by focus. And now that you've heard all of this, stop for a moment. Just breathe. Not because the journey is over, but because your new life is about to begin. This was never about being perfect. It was never about becoming some superhero who has it all figured out. This was about you, the real you, the version of you that's tired of pretending, the version that's been ignored for too long, the version that still believes, even after pain, the version that refuses to give up. I want to tell you this with full honesty. I'm with you, not just as a voice, but as someone who believes in your silent progress, in your invisible discipline, in your quiet efforts that nobody claps for, but you show up anyway. You're not alone. You're not behind. And you are not done. You are becoming. And I'll be here again and again, walking this path with you. Because this isn't just about speaking English, it's about speaking courage, growth, transformation. So here's what I want you to do. Take the one truth that hit you hardest. Start today, not tomorrow. Come back stronger, again and again. And if this touched you, don't just follow, join. Be part of this movement of people rebuilding themselves from the inside out. We're not just growing, we're becoming unrecognizable. So go live these truths. Feel the fire. Make the world feel your presence. I'm with you, always.